Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so you can check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I am being joined by my sister, Vetta. Hello. And on this episode, we are continuing on this month of makeover movies, and we are going to be watching the movie. Are we going to be discussing the movie Can't Buy Me Love? We already watched it. We're going to be discussing it now.
Yeah. I was going to say, if we're watching it now, I missed the assignment and already did it.
Right on. Okay, so Vetta, for the first question, just a little mini question. You had seen this movie before, correct?
Oh, so many times.
So many times. I love this movie. Okay.
So much.
Okay. And then
in fact, the lawnmower scene is in the very first episode of the makeover movies that we do for this month.
Right on. And you love this movie, correct?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's no way you can't love this movie. I love this movie.
And if you do, you're dead inside.
You're so crazy.
If you don't love this movie, you're dead.
Yeah, you're crazy. Yeah, you're crazy. Okay, so now let's get to the most important question of the night, and that is, what are you drinking?
I am drinking the McDreamy.
Right on.
Patrick Dempsey, who starred as McDreamy in Grey's Anatomy, was right on this way back when he was a scrawny little twig.
I want to talk about that when we get to it. But okay.
So my drink has tequila, strawberry lemonade, triple sec, and a little splash of champagne.
Nice.
So good.
So good.
I've had like 4 of them. The champagne's gone. That's
right on. That's nice. So I am drinking, of course, wine because Vetta, I like the finer things in life.
I brought the finer things in life.
Yes, I brought the finer things in life. And if I spill it on your suede, I mean, it's not like I ruined it or
just
anything.
throw some salt in it. It'll be fine. It's not like it's ruined.
Oh, listen, I forgot that part, but as soon as I saw the wine, I was like, that's what I'm drinking. I'm like, I have my drink.
You forgot that it was wine that ruined the
No, I remembered it was
the whole thing.
I remembered it was wine. I just remembered it differently. I thought it was a girl that had spilled the drink on her, and I thought it was she had turned around and did the thing where she bumps into her and it spills all over. But I didn't realize.
Oh no! The minute I saw the cheerleading practice and the guy walked up, I was like, "Oh my god, you're the dick that causes everything."
Yeah, for sure. Which I just want to say real quick, and we're skipping ahead, which is fine by me. I don't care. But I looked it up online. Wine is not impossible to clean out of suede.
No, it's not. It all depends on what you use and how quickly you get to it.
Yes, because because somebody in there mentions that it's impossible to get stains out of, I think.
The girl from another movie we watched called She's Out of Control.
Oh, yeah.
Is in this movie as a freshman cheerleader. And she says, my mom won't let me near suede because it's impossible to clean.
Yeah, and so as soon as she said that, I looked it up and I was like, it's not impossible to clean. It says right here.
No, if she would have grabbed a little club soda and immediately went to town on it, cleaning it with some club soda, and the guy's not completely wrong on salt. It's just not, you can't just sprinkle salt on it.
Right on.
She could have.
This isn't kitty litter, asshole. We're just gonna sop up stuff. Okay. So Patrick Dempsey in this movie, I do not remember his character's name, and I did not write it down, so I don't remember.
Ronald.
Ronald.
She keeps calling him Donald, which is our brother's name. That's the only reason I remember it, because at one point he says, before this gets started, like when they're outside and she's ripping off the sleeves and getting ready to go in after the deal's made, he goes, oh, and one more thing. My name is Ronald. And she's called him Donald like 40 times
forever.
By this point.
Yeah. Okay, so he's a lawnmower, which I'm all like, which I just want to say, they give him crap for being a lawnmower, but I'm like, that's a respectable job. I don't know.
Okay, I did that for like 4 years for our entire neighborhood of our cul-de-sac.
Yeah, exactly. And people make good livings from in the summertime
made
mowing.
$10 an hour.
Yeah, they mow lawns in the summer, and then they shovel driveways in the winter.
Have a guy.
Yeah, and I just go, that's a good living. And they made it sound like it was just the worst. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to also say, the main girl, what's her name? I don't write it down.
Cindy.
Cindy. Okay, so she pulls up with her cheerleader friends, which I just want to say they're all hot.
They're all hot, and can I say her car was my dream car for high school.
Oh, you're so funny.
But we lived in Michigan, so it was not feasible.
Not feasible. Yeah, right on. I get it. Okay, excuse me.
They're in like Arizona, right?
Oh, I thought it was California, but I mean, we'll say Arizona. It's totally fine.
Fine, whatever. Okay, I don't care.
And they have been shopping. Okay, so I want to ask you a question because her dad is clearly not. Cindy's dad is clearly not around.
Do you think he's dead or he's just paying child support? Because I got the more of the impression he was dead and the mom's got like the payout from it because they live in a nice house and the mom clearly doesn't work.
Well, that's my whole thing. I was like, because I was wondering, where is her mom getting all this money that she just buys whatever she wants?
So either it's from a life insurance policy or she's getting some serious child support / and alimony payments.
Right on. Yeah, for sure. So, so yeah, and her
and her friends like see Ronald and don't even give him a second look and go in the house, and her mom's super pissed because she told her to take 1 credit card and she took 3.
Yeah, and I like how she's like, "Can't you be a responsible teenager like Ronald?" And I'm like, and then I'm like, yeah, Ronald seems pretty responsible to me. I'm all like, he's not spending money he doesn't have.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then, first off, her friends, even though they were
crazy, insane hot, and I get it. Most hot girls hang out with other hot girls, right? But when you're in high school, that's more of like a college / post-college thing for hot girls to hang out in high school. When you're in high school or later in life, because when you're in high school, you don't really comprehend that you're the hot girl because every high school girl has low self-esteem.
Right on.
But they know if they're like, no girl thinks they're a 10 when they're in high school. They're like, oh, I'm a 6 when really they're a 10. And all the 6s think they're a 2 when they're in high school.
Okay. So they're watching the TV and her boyfriend, Bobby. Yeah. He doesn't mention her. And she's like, oh, he's just got a lot on his mind and everything. And I'm like, yeah. And it's not
Which later in the movie, Ronald has a very wise thing to say. He left wherever they're from, whether it's Arizona or California, a rock star. And now he's just a freshman in Iowa, which I went, wait a minute, you're in Iowa. You're blonde hair, blue eyes, and you came from California or Arizona, whichever one of us is correct.
We'll just say
I'm pretty sure you're still a fucking rock star.
Right on. Okay, so
you know as well as I do, he plays football in Iowa. He's getting the V from everybody.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So, okay, so she's the captain of the cheerleading squad. And I just want to say
she has a life-size poster of Bobby
him
on the back
her
of her
door. Yes, where he's wearing like what is that?
Cut off football jersey.
Yeah, it's like a crop top, but it was and don't get me wrong, like I have Trisha, my wife, was gonna buy me on Etsy. She was gonna buy me a thing that said #dad crop, and it was a crop top for dads.
But that's different. It was a dad crop top. Yeah, he was wearing this like it was part of his football uniform.
For sure.
Completely different. I would totally. Oh, you should have her send me that link. Father's Day present.
She didn't buy it for me, but I told her.
I'm texting her right now asking for that Etsy website.
I told her if she bought it for me, I would wear it every time I mowed the lawn. Do not text her. Go for that. I'll send it to you.
Totally asking her for that.
I can send it to you, but do not buy it. That's a waste of money. Okay. So I have to be honest, Ronald watching her do cheerleading was a little bit weird. It was a little bit weird, but I have to admit, the cheerleading squad's dance routine was top notch. I was very I was like, you guys are awesome.
Way better than any of my high school dance team / cheerleaders did.
Yeah, they were like jumping and spinning around and shit. I was like, this is, I was like, I'm not
gonna
lie.
And that one was in like a thong and tights.
Yeah, the outfits were ridiculous, but I still loved it. And so then, okay, so his friend, the redhead, I don't remember his name, don't care. I also love
because he creeped me out because he's from Children of the Corn.
Oh my God, he is. Oh my God. Oh my God, now that you say that, I see him.
And that movie
he's creepy now too.
Creeped me out because remember when it was a mini series on ABC or whatever, as kids, creeped me out. I will never forget him. It's burned in my head. That's why I say no offense to redheads. I know most of you are fine, but in my brain, because of this actor, I am
none
a
of you
true
have
believer of
souls.
redheads have no souls.
They have no
Therefore,
souls.
the devil because of this actor.
All right, so the football players all like, oh yeah, fresh meat and everything. And of course, they all have like 6-pack abs and everything. Although those football players, I'd fuck them. I'd be like, yeah, hey, let's do it.
Oh, they were all hot.
Yeah, for sure.
Big John was my type for sure.
Oh yeah, Big John. Yeah, he's hot.
You've met my husband. Him and Big John in the same category.
Now that you say that, yeah, for sure. I totally agree. Okay, so Ronald and the redhead are talking about their Friday nights. Now, Ronald, this whole movie, well, the whole first half of the movie, first off, fashion faux pas, he's wearing a beret. Gross. Fucking
Why?
Gross. Because I don't
understand. Know. Like, whoever thinks, unless you're some super uber French nerd.
No, not even then it's okay. It's never okay. I just want to say,
I was just going to say, one of our babysitters, she is now teaching it at a school in France, and she doesn't wear berets. So I don't even know the correct time to sport a beret.
I don't. Yeah.
But as a teenage boy who's a senior in high school, this is not the time.
Yeah, even in the 80s. Okay, so and then the second thing is he wants more out of life. Like he's all like, is it just gonna be Friday nights of playing poker? And I'm all like, but these are your friends. This is what you do. You like, come on, stop it. Okay.
Let's be honest. It's very like they're very aware they're nerds, but this is my whole thing. If you were nerds in high school, do you really know you're nerds in high school until you're out of high school? Like, I feel like most kids think that they're in an acceptable group until they look back later. Like, even band geeks. Like, you're in band when you're in band, but do you think you're the band geeks?
Right on. Yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. And then I also love that he has saved up $1,500 for a telescope. Sorry, microscope.
As his mom keeps saying, which I love.
Yeah, and it's $1,000 for the telescope, and he's going to take the rest of the money and put it in some like investment bond
market.
Yes, there we go.
Management fund thing, whatever. I'm not gonna lie, I love my husband to death, and he looks like Big John, and he's Big John's type, but mentally he's totally wrong. Like, he's out on the football field kicking ass, but then he's like, oh, I need to put this in like an equitable fund.
Yeah, I agree. I do think your husband is really smart. Okay, so I love when what's the girl's name in this movie? What's her name? Cindy. Okay. I love when Cindy's like mom's like male companion at the moment shows up.
Or Randall?
Whatever. And I love how he's like looking her up and down. But then yeah, he was just creepy, but I was like, whatever.
So creepy. And then he tries to justify it to the mom by saying, oh, I thought this was your little sister.
Yeah, for sure. And he's like, don't worry, I'll take it.
Flattered by it. And I'm like, girl, he's creeping on your kid.
Yeah. And he's like, don't worry, I'll take care of big sister. And I was like, ew, don't be weird. Don't be weird, dude. And like, gross. I'm like, you look like William Shatner, but on a bad day. So leave her alone. Okay.
William Shatner after he's done like heroin and
for sure. Okay, so then I love how she's like, Mom, can I borrow your suede outfit? And she's like, I already said no and everything.
Which you went, oh, she's wearing the suede outfit tonight, bitch.
Yeah, and I love how she just goes into the closet. She's like, yes. And I was like, oh, honey, and then plus, I just want to say real quick, that outfit was not all bad. I just want to say. No,
it was literally a bikini top with a jacket and a skirt. Yeah,
exactly. It did.
You could have put that together without it being suede and been fine.
Yeah. And then, so they are, oh, pardon me.
Oh, are we boring you?
No, I've been drinking. Okay, I yawn.
I know you're one of those that like a couple drinks is like giving you a fucking Ambien.
So then, oh, and I love Seth Green in this movie. He's like this little kid, and he's
Chucky so much.
I love how he like tries to like act like he's Don Juan as a 7-year-old. I'm like, oh, get the hell out. He's like, can I borrow a 20, Dad? And his dad just gives him the 20. Now the poker game that they play with the friends, right, on the Friday night or whatnot, it did seem kind of boring. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm with Ronald on this one. It doesn't seem like fun, especially if you do this every Friday night. I'm like, you got to come up with something better, and it can't be hearts.
Let's be honest, even nerds get girls.
Yeah, like, for sure.
I don't know about you, but there were some times in high school that I looked like I was not a super popular girl, and I wasn't a nerdy girl. I was like an average middle of the road girl, but there was occasionally where I looked like girls that were like 2s and 3s, and I was a solid 5, 6, maybe a 7 on a good day. And I looked at those girls lower to me, and I was like, oh my God, why do they have more dates than me? What is happening?
Right on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I did love how the one friend called her out and was like, because she tries to say the suede outfit at the party is from Bobby. And she's like, I was just at your house. I didn't see that in your closet.
I was in your closet yesterday and that wasn't there. And she's like, I kept it elsewhere. Yeah, your mom's closet?
Yeah, your mom's closet. Which I don't understand why, like, I mean, I guess I do, but yeah, so then we get to the part where
that's when she says to the Fran girl who is from She's Out of Control,
which we've done before.
Let's go do whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah.
And so then the jock guy goes to give up the one with the wine.
Oh, the classy one. I bought it the wine because it's classy.
Yes, he goes to give a high five to Big John, and he spills the wine very dramatically all over her suede outfit. And I love how he's just like, sorry, and I'm all and
rub a little salt on it. It's not like I ruined it.
Yeah, and her face is like he just, graped her.
Like she just saw him cut someone's throat and the blood splattered on her outfit.
Now, I want to talk about the mall scene after this. Okay, so Ronald goes to buy...
That is such an 80s mall.
Yeah, for sure. And don't get me wrong, I love the mall. I think it's great.
I worked in the mall.
For sure. So this is my whole thing. Ronald goes to buy the telescope, which was fine. But I do not understand her rationale of thinking. She takes this $1,000 suede suit to the store
and thinks that she can return it.
Exactly. That's what I'm all like, no, honey, that's not how this works. And the guy's all like, he talks about a warranty. And I was like, is there a warranty on suede suits? What? I'm like, if there is, I've never taken one out.
On clothes, like they say a warranty, but it's their exchange policy.
Right on. And then she's all like, I'll work here every day. And he's like, no. And then he takes out,
like, I don't need anybody.
Yeah. And so he takes out his $1,000, his $1,500. And he I love how he spread it out. And he's
spread it out and he had bills in there that don't exist.
Right. And he was like, ding, 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 ding on the glass. I'm like, why don't you just go in there and talk to her? You fucking weirdo. Don't be weird. Be normal about it.
No, what's weird is the guy from the telescope store.
Oh my God, right?
Looking through the telescope at what's happening.
Yeah, because he's like, I'm losing this sale. And I'm all like, I just want to be all like, yeah, but dude, calm down. I mean, he's possibly getting, VJ and everything, and he's not going to do that over a telescope.
Oh no, he doesn't get the V until he starts hooking up with Iris.
Oh, for sure. Okay, so then he makes this deal where for $1,000, she has to hang out with him for a month. And
so he has to hang out with her for a month. He gets 4 lunches and a couple Saturdays.
Sure.
Or Fridays after pep rallies or pep rallies. Maybe
no,
that's
no pep rallies. No, it's 4 lunches.
He gets 4 lunches and pep rallies.
Right on. Yeah. So the next day, that's when she tears she takes off the beret. Good choice.
Okay, have you ever tried to tear the sleeve off of a shirt?
Oh my God, I wrote that down. I was like, there's no way she tore these sleeves that easily.
I've tried that before for like costumes for children.
Yeah.
You need like a seam tearer.
Yeah, exactly.
You stand and rip it. It does not. And at one point you watch it, it looks like she's holding his skin. Like there's like she tries to tear his skin. It's red. And I'm like, this didn't go as planned.
Right. Yeah. There's no way that she tore that easily. But I was like, you know what? Whatever. Fine.
Whatever.
And then he's following around like a dog. And I was like, don't.
Oh, and he's got just enough distance between her and him to look like a sad little puppy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And so everybody's questioning and stuff. And then they're, hanging out or whatnot. And everybody's questioning her on Stacy about her hanging out with this Cindy. Ronald. Yeah. Which was fine. And they're all questioning too. And I love how okay, so I love the interaction at their first lunch together where she's all like, and he's all like, yeah, he's like, you're a great running back or whatever he says to Big John or whatnot. And he's like, you go to the games like every single one. He's like, in the one girl's like,
I never see you. And and he's like, the chick Patty is like, because he sits in the visitor section.
And then Stacy comes to his aid, which I was like, this
Cindy.
is whatever. The whore. She's all like, yeah. She's like, he's putting his life on the line for a team. That's team spirit or school spirit or whatever.
What does she call it? Something warfare.
Oh yes, psychological warfare. And
warfare.
I just have to be like, oh honey, I was like, you're that's a reach right here. You're
It's
reaching, which is fine because these guys are too stupid to get it.
Because once again, when I was in high school, did you care where any of your classmates?
No, I didn't give a shit. And
did anyone else in your high school care that the nerds were sitting in the front row or the far left, right along? Like, at least when I was in school, the really nerdy like kids sat on the edge of the parent/student section, or on the other end, which was the /band/student section.
Right.
Everyone in the front and the middle were the normal/popular.
Yes, and I love the scene at the pizza shop where she's like, this is a chance for you to get to know the football players, and he's like, hey guys, pizza's on me, and then they take the whole fucking pizza, and I'm like, rude.
There's a difference between what she says and what he does. She says, ask them to join us.
Right, that's true.
He doesn't ask them to join us. He says the pizza's on me.
Yeah,
he did that to himself.
Yeah, I agree with you. He deserved it.
Because I honestly, Ronald in the beginning is not a likable character. He's not likable until close to the end.
Right on. Yeah. So then I did love, and so they went to a party where we got to see Big John has a gas problem, apparently.
He has IBS, apparently.
Yeah, for sure. And then I love how
he's a stalker.
Yeah, he is. I was not a fan of that. And then I love how all the girls at the party are all of a sudden thinking that Patrick Dempsey is hot and everything, which I want to talk about that when we get to. No, let's talk about it now. When he takes off his shirt later on, I was like, Patrick Dempsey, a little twunk over here. Hello.
Oh,
with your abs.
Totally got that. He is what's the right way to say it? He has no fat on his body.
Yeah, he's like a twink, but he's a hunk, so he's a twunk.
Right. So you can see the complete muscle sculpture out of everything on him.
I was jealous.
But he's not a twink, because in my mind, a twink is just a super crazy skinny person.
Oh yeah, skinny for sure. Yeah,
right,
little and skinny.
But he's super skinny, but he's muscle defined.
Oh
like
yeah,
you can see the 8-pack. Like he's not even a 6-pack. It's a full on 8-pack. Even his arms, when she rips the shirt off his arms, all of a sudden you see muscle definition in his arms.
Yes, yeah, he's
there's
looking good.
There's a difference for me.
Yeah, I was like, McDreamy is hot. Hello.
Like McDreamy is like skinny stacked, you know?
For sure. And then I love how he's all like, you can do anything you want to. You don't have to just be a cheerleader. And she's like, I write poetry. And I'm like, okay, look at you.
I was like, oh, so you went from I don't have a career besides being a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader to, oh, wait, I have no career.
For sure. And then so she starts, doing style. I love when she bought the sunglasses. And he's like, how much are these? And she's like, it's on me. And she pulls out like the credit cards and everything. Yeah, her mom's credit cards. Oh, by the way, this whole time his redheaded friend is like upset with him because they're not hanging out anymore.
Because he's trying to still be friends, because he's a legit friend. And he's like, why are you ignoring me? Why aren't you talking to me? We should be friends.
Right. How did you feel about their last date when they went to that airplane graveyard? Yeah.
I was like, that's really cool. I was more perturbed at him than at her, because that's the scene where you see that she's like moved past just this is fake.
Right.
To she has real feelings and he's a total tool. That's why I say it's hard to like Patrick Dempsey in the beginning of this movie. It takes until about halfway through till she starts ignoring him. And when she starts dating the weird guy at the dance with the African anteater ritual, which we'll get later.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later, but I just bring that up because that's when she brings the date to the dance.
Yeah.
But it's not until then that you see that after that dance, they go back to the ice cream shop / pizza parlor / hangout. It's an all-in-one emporium, whatever. And he tries to talk to her and she ignores him or makes some slide comment, and you see it affects him. That's the first time that you start to see that he realizes that he cares more than she's just a popular payout.
Mm-hmm.
So where she saw that back at the airplane graveyard.
Right. Okay. So they end their date and they decide the next day they're going to break up or whatnot. Now
yeah, go ahead.
This breakup, he was hardcore harsh on this breakup.
He was a tool. Fucking tool.
Yeah, when he mentioned Bobby not writing her, and then
he was a low blow asshole.
Yeah, it was very hardcore. Like, I felt bad for her. Like, I was
on her side.
Oh, for sure. And then I love how her friends were all like, that was hardcore, but I want to do him now. And then
I was like, are those really friends?
No, they're not friends. These bitches are horrible. And he buys her a thing to put her poetry in or whatnot. And then the next she's like, don't let your reputation get too big or whatever. And the next day he shows up in the worst freaking outfit, you know, with the suit jacket and the little Stenson or whatever. I was like, this is gross.
Can we talk about this for a minute? If a guy would have showed up at your high school and you went to I went to a suburban high school, you went to a fucking farm high school.
For sure, yeah.
So if a guy in my rural high school, like I was in a suburb of a big city, showed up with slick back hair, we would have laughed our asses off. You went to high school in a fucking farm town. What would your high school have thought of if someone would have showed up with slick back hair?
Yeah, they would have just thought this was ridiculous. It's insane. Like, this is just,
it's not good no matter what. Like, I can't think of any high school that would have been good in unless you went to like a Goodfellas high school.
Right on. So then he dates the one girl, the one cheerleader, and
he goes out with Barbara.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other one, I can't remember her name. She's trying to get with
Patty.
Yeah, she's trying to get with him the whole time. By the way, when you were in high school, did you ladies just walk around in your underwear and everything? Or was this like because these
in the locker room?
Yeah, in the locker room, because these ladies are just walking around their panties and stuff, and I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Like, they show that in every movie, and at least in the high school I went to, we had changing rooms that they weren't really changing room. It was just a curtain you slid, which also had a shower in it, but you just ran in there real quick, slid the curtain, changed, and then came out, and the next girl went in. There was no walking around. Like, when I was in high school, I can think of 3 girls that had no problems changing in front of everybody else, but they were the type of girls that the rumors went around like, oh my God, they model for Ralph Lauren. They're flying to New York this weekend because they model.
Right on. So I love that he bribes his brother to put on American Bandstand so he can learn some dance moves for Brenda or whatever you said her name was.
And he doesn't really turn on American Bandstand. He just flips the channel till he finds something.
It's PBS. Yes. And
he just starts flipping the channel till he's dancing. And it did look, I'd give it.
Your mic shut off again.
Sorry, I hit it. I don't blame Chucky, because he was like any other kid. You flip until you find what looks like dancing. That's what he did. It wasn't until he comes back like 20 minutes later that he realizes he put on just PBS, like informational, PBS. Yeah.
So I love that. And so they go to this dance, right? And
African anteater. I've had alcohol.
Right on.
African anteater ritual. Say that 10 times fast. Bitches.
Yeah, and Brenda's all like, I want to dance and everything as soon as she gets to the dance or whatnot.
Patty. No, it's Patty now.
Whatever.
He took Brenda, Barbara to the ice cream place, because remember Big John farts in the car?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You don't remember that, where he backs?
No, I do remember that. Okay. I don't care about these bitches' names. Okay,
and then
I don't
he
care.
Takes Patty to the African eater ritual dance thing.
Thank you.
Shut up, you're an ass.
I'm sorry. I don't know names and I don't care. All right. So they finally end up dancing, right? And he does this African dance thing, right?
Anteater ritual.
Yeah. So it takes off. Like, but I'll have to be honest with you, it wasn't that bad looking while watching it. Like, it actually,
even when you see the actors on PBS, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, and I feel like with the song that they were playing while it was going on, I feel like it wasn't I feel like it kind of went with the beat, you know. I actually enjoyed it kind of thing. But then I'm all like, listen, just because one person do it, I did like how the one girl was like, oh, he's like in the special needs class or whatever.
Special ed.
Yeah. But I except for me personally, I would have been like,
the same girl later that walks up to the I drink wine guy that was like, hey, I hear you know about wine.
Yeah, you're sophisticated. But I do have to say, like, I don't understand that why everybody was jumping in to do this dance, because I would have been like, I don't care about this stupid dance. But
that's typical to like high school things. There's always a dance sequence. Like,
for sure,
in my high school career, no one ever broke out into a dance sequence, but in movie high school careers, every high school dance has a giant dance sequence. This was it.
Right on. Yeah, no. But I thought it was fun. And so, but it was just funny watching everybody go like this, you know, at one point in time. Like, guys
were like, and the girls were like,
yeah, they were like spasming and everything. Yeah, so that was kind of fun or whatnot. And so, okay,
that should be something every high school from this point on should try to work in the African anteater ritual.
Yes. See if it can catch on. Well, I just want to say real quick, you know how every high school movie has that dance sequence scene in their prom. Me and your twin brother, for our high school prom, we actually did set up one of those dance sequences where we had like 10 people do the exact same dance all at once and everything. So it was like
Thriller.
No, it was for one NSYNC song. It was I can't remember which one off the top of my head. I have to go like think
at my wedding. I think I had you sing an NSYNC song, didn't I? No, my husband did.
Yeah, I remember that. It wasn't very good.
It was really good.
It was not very good. It was very bad.
Well, damn it, you should have done better.
Sorry. Okay, so he takes this what's her Irene whore, this one of these cheerleading whores.
Iris.
Yeah, and she makes this rhyme about her titties, and I'm all like, sweetie.
No, that's Patty.
Yeah, she makes a rhyme about these titties, and I'm like, sweetie, you don't need to. Although they didn't show them, which I was like,
that's a law. Oh, hold on, I know what it means. I wrote it down here. I gotta read it though. It's something like, have you ever seen a titty as nice as this one?
Have you ever seen a titty
as pretty as this one? And she's like, something about they come in a pair, and she shows the other one. And I went, that's a lot of work to show some guy your tits.
Yeah. And here's my thing though. He didn't even like smash her. He just felt on her boobies. Like, what?
And later he's under the cover, like marking on his calendar, like, this is a long way to get, this is how long it took to get a tit. And I'm like, dude, you marked on your calendar when you got tit? Like, you could, but then I forget that, like, back then they were in the same like era as us, where you had to like go to a magazine to see tit. You didn't just have to click it on the computer.
Right on. Okay, so then we get to I think, I don't remember if it's Halloween or whatnot, but we get to the part
Halloween,
where the senior guys take him to go throw eggs, tomatoes, and a bag of shit on somebody's house.
His best friend.
Yes, and they pick the same house every year, which, like you said, is Kenneth. But his dad has set up a net for a net trap or whatever.
So his dad is by the car. I don't know what his dad's doing by the car, but his little brother's got the hose with a Nerf gun or a squirt gun, a super soaker, whatever, attached to the hose. And then Kenneth has a net to fall down from a tree. I still don't know what the dad was doing by the car, but whatever. They have a whole plan. Yeah,
they have a plan, which, whatever. So he ends up throwing the bag of shit on his door, and then, which I want to talk about, well, we'll get to it. And then he gets captured, and then Kenneth lets him go because it's his friend or whatnot. And his dad's like,
confused.
Yeah. And so I did like when Stacy took her now college boyfriend. He's like they went to that diner that they went to, and he's like I want it. What? Yeah, you know what I meant. Stop it. You stop that. Stop it. You stop it right now. So he's all like, I want to shake and make it extra thick. And then she brings it back and he's like, I said extra thick. And she's like, let me check the consistency. And she dumps them on him and she's like, it seems pretty thick. And then he's more worried about his car.
Can I just say it didn't seem very thick though?
It didn't seem very
everywhere.
Thick.
I agree with Brent on this. I don't think it was very thick.
Yeah. So then and then there was that report card scene, which I was like, I don't know why this is here, but whatever. What it does, it's fine. So then yeah, Iris wants to take him to some party or whatnot.
To Big John's New Year's Eve party.
Right on. And then so
he's a big whore.
Yeah, he's a big whore. And then but Stacy is there and she's drinking vodka straight up.
Cindy.
Yeah, that's what I said. I just said it in French. That's why you didn't understand it. So and so he's trying to get with Iris and he uses her poem or whatever, but then Bobby
super creeper and looking through the door.
Yeah, so Bobby shows up, right? And Bobby is all like, when did the geek become a big shot around here? And they're like, oh man, yeah, he's hot stuff. He's like, you're not hot shit until you smash the head cheerleader. And they're all like,
and they all do that awkward look around, like,
yeah, right. And he's like, then he's all like, what are you talking about? And then so they go off into the other room and she's like, and then I love when she comes out and he's like, but Bobby, no, he paid me. And he's like, and that's what makes you a prostitute. And I was like, oh shit. And then she reveals that they had a deal and that he paid her or whatnot. And nobody wants to hang out with him or whatnot. And then I love when he went home and his brother had taught all his friends the African dance and they were all doing it. And he was watching them through the window. I was like, how funny is that? And then and he went and laid in like the shed and like slept in the shed. I was like, that's so weird.
Right. I'm like, life after being popular, apparently.
Right. So he's basically become a big freaking loser. Like they're throwing shit at him at lunch or whatnot, and they're making fun of him. Okay, so
people are making propositions at him like a big girl, like a big girl.
Oh, yeah.
And she knows she's a big girl.
Yeah.
She all thinks she's funny and she's laughing her ass off, going, you could have had me for $49.99.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so he tries to make up with his bestie, the redhead.
Kenneth.
Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. You and these names, I'm gonna fucking go ape shit in a minute. So he approaches him at an arcade, which we miss those. Okay. And he's trying to apologize, right? And this is my favorite line of the whole movie. Kenneth goes, you shit on my house. You shit on my house. And I laughed so hard because I was like, somebody clip that and please just post it just for no reason. You shit on my house.
You shit on my house, because I feel like after the 5th time, it would just keep sounding like he's getting madder and madder.
Yeah, it was it was so good because he throws him up against an arcade machine, but he's like I just love it. Like I laughed so hard when he was like, you shit on my house. I was like, he didn't. Well, and I just want to be like, listen, Kenneth, he technically didn't shit on your house. He threw shit on your house.
Dog shit. It wasn't people shit. So he didn't.
Yeah, and then Kenneth is trying to get with Brenda. Well, or he's like,
Abby.
you know, yeah, well, you know what I meant. I love the scene within the bathroom where Ronald tries to go into the bathroom and talk to her and apologize, and that teacher comes out and she's like, listen here, you little pervert, detention for a month. I liked that too.
I was like, they don't do detention for a month. They would just suspend your ass.
Yeah. Okay, so let's skip to the end, right? Where the redhead, he is
Kenneth
working.
And Patty.
Yeah, Patty. Oh my God, you are driving me mental right now. He is helping her with her math, and she's very grateful for it and everything. And the other football players, the one football player, the wine guy,
the classy guy.
Yeah, he's pissed because he thinks he's pulling a Ronald McDonald by paying her to hang out with him.
The best would have been if he said McDreamy.
Yes, so that would have been so good, like foreshadowing. But then so Ronald gets up and he grabs a bat and he's like, if you don't leave him alone, I'm gonna break your arm, your pitching arm. He's like, remember that time you fell out of our tree house and you broke your arm and we carried you 12 miles? And he's like, yeah, and you're crying all the way. he's like, we were friends back then. What happened or whatnot? So long story short, he said, because then they do the slow clap. They do the slow clap where
everybody. The slow clap. I was like, that's so awkward.
I laughed.
It made no sense.
It made no sense. I laughed so hard because I was like, oh my God, I forgot the slow clap. But I laughed so hard. But I was like, Big John let it and everything. And then Big
John just wanted to be relevant.
Yeah. So then we get to the famous lawnmower scene where she pays him for mowing her lawn, and then she goes and gets in the car with her friends, and then he starts his lawnmower up and she's like, Ronald, and he turns around and she's gotten out of the car and she runs towards him and she jumps on the lawn mowing machine, and they ride off into the sunset.
And they negotiate their new relationship, and then they say something about kissing, and then she's like, but of course, and takes off his cowboy hat, and they live happily
ever after. Now, I want to just say right now, if they made a sequel tomorrow, I am down with the sickness. I'm not even lying. Like, I would so watch a sequel dealing with like their kid or something. I don't know.
Oh, could you just imagine? Either way, either their kid's the mean girl or the nerdy kid trying to hook up with somebody.
That be so good?
Either way, I would be there for it. Me
too. I'm down with it. All right. So, before we get to our next section, what do you have anything else you want to say about this movie?
Other than watch it and love it like you should? No.
Yeah, I love this movie. Okay, let's get to our question section of this program. All right. So what is your question for this movie?
So my question is, this movie is Can't Buy Me Love, which is a Beatles movie or a Beatles song title. So my question is, what is your favorite movie that shares... I'm not even going to say shares. I'm just going to say named after a song.
So mine is Who's That Girl? And it stars Madonna, and she sings the main song. I love this song. It's her song. I love this movie so much. I watched this so good. I watched this movie so many times as a young kid. I love
the laced gloves.
The laced gloves, and I love the part where the limo is gonna like go off the building and it ends up falling into the water, but then the bad guy shows up and he like spits out like pearls, and I'm like, what's going on here? And he's got seaweed in his hair. It's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. It was really, really great. What about you?
So I debated between two, and I finally made the call, and I went with Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
Oh my God.
I love this movie. It has Helen Hunt and Sarah Jessica Parker in it.
Oh my God. I love that movie so much.
I love that movie. Good. It's amazing. If you haven't seen it, you're dumb. Go watch it. It's so good.
Yeah.
So good. I can't say anything else more than it's so good. And we have referenced it in other movies. Dolly Parton. I swear on everything, I will die on this hill that in Christmas at Dollywood, or whatever it was called, that we did way back in December, that Dolly is wearing this full-on silver sequins outfit. I don't care what anyone says. The designer of that outfit, the costume person, whatever, got the inspiration from Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Because if you look at that outfit and you look at the Girls Just Want to Have Fun outfit, that is where their inspiration came from. I'll die on that hill. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, it's such a good movie. Yeah, I love that movie too. All right. What is your question?
That was my question. What is your question?
Oh, sorry. That is your question. Sorry. Listen, blame it on the alcohol. Okay.
Alcohol.
Yeah, alcohol ruins everything, but also at the same time, it makes everything fun.
Makes it better.
All right. So my question is, all right, I'm going to keep this in too. All right. My question is, all right, what is the hottest movie nerd transformation?
This was a hard one. There's a lot of
them.
Good ones out there.
Yeah.
I struggled. I went back and forth a lot. But I finally settled on Weird Science.
Oh my God, yeah, Weird Science.
So they make the most amazing science project ever. They make the perfect woman.
Right.
She later in the movie dresses, and I can't remember the name. One is Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah, I love him.
But it's not him. Well, I guess it's both of them. She takes them to the mall, but she dresses them up and makes them super uber cool looking.
Yeah.
So that is it. It's those two, her turning them into like super uber hot guys.
Yeah.
Like to the point where not
Harry
only
and
are
Wyatt.
guys turning their heads to look at her, but girls are turning their heads to look at them.
For sure. Yeah. They should make a sequel to that.
Oh, I would love a sequel.
That'd be great.
Oh.
Okay, so my answer for this question. Okay, so you picked males. That's fine and everything, but since I'm attracted to women,
I'm attracted to males.
I picked Ty / Brittany Murphy in Clueless because she's like a total freaking weirdo, and then they turn her into this
South girl from the Midwest.
Yes, and then they turn her into this like I don't know how to describe it, but I loved it. I was like, she's wearing like little mini skirts and she's looking hot and everything. She's a goth girl
from the Midwest that they make into a West Coast Barbie doll.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, she's very hot now and everything, and I'm all like, I'm down with it. But yeah, so that is my answer for this question or whatnot. All right, Vetta.
Yo.
We're gonna wrap this sucker up because I am tipsy as shit.
Oh, so, I'm past tipsy. My numb is my nose is numb. My lips are gone. It's good to go.
Right on. All right, you guys, we're gonna say thank you so much for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BSDrunkPod to stay updated and everything. I just want to say that if you guys listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please leave us a 5-star review. It helps us out, and we really do appreciate it. We will also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us and hit that notification bell and everything, and like all that good stuff at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, we have started a Patreon, you guys, with plenty of different levels to suit anyone that is interested. It really is a good time over there over on our Patreon. So if you are interested into hearing more of our nonsense, go over there and check that out. And the most important thing,
series.
Yeah, we do series.
Franchises.
Yeah,
whatever.
franchise. Yeah,
good time.
Yeah, we rock it out. It's pretty great. And the most important thing, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye, guys.